we're back at it. And no, a little heat stroke isn't enough to keep us down. This is my parents' vintage 1996 house. Vintage as in, please rip this carpet up yesterday. And in the other rooms, yeah, some glued down linoleum that's seen better decades. But don't worry, we've got the new floor, the underlayment, and a questionable set of tools that may or may not survive this project. Let's see if we can turn this disaster zone into something Mom will actually brag about.
I'm back on the job. Kristen would not let the hands sit idle for very long. She's got a bad habit of that. But I'm working inside, I'm out of the sun, so I am taking my health seriously. We are rehabbing this floor from 1965, and we're tearing up the linoleum, and we're gonna update and upgrade Kristen's parents' house. Okay, so while we're here at the in-laws, Kristen's regular laws, my in-laws, fixing the floor, we're also upgrading another part of their house. We always spend the holidays here with Kristen's parents. It's always like a cool, calm, cozy vibe. One thing that was really important for us is for them to have clean, mineral-rich water straight from the tap. This is the Water Drop X series, and it literally turns your tap into a fresh, mineral-rich flow. It uses 11 stages of filtration to remove 99.99% of harmful substances. But unlike most RO system, it adds back essential minerals so the water actually tastes alive. Think of it like bottled quality water, but right in your kitchen. It fills a glass in just 3 seconds. Super handy when you're cooking or making tea. The intelligent faucet even shows you the water quality in real time and tracks filter life. And it's tankless, so it saves space under the sink and avoids the risk of old tank systems like leaks and secondary contamination. Plus, it's certified by NSF, SGS, FCC, and more, so you know it's the real deal for your family's health. With fall drinks like coffee, tea, or hot cocoa, the taste is so much better when you start with truly clean, balanced water.
And right now is the perfect time to grab one during Water Drop's Prime Fall Day sale. October 7th through 8th, you can save up to $700. That's huge. So if you're thinking about upgrading your water, check the link in the description below.
The demolition went great. As we know, I'm a demo pro, and now we are putting in the floor in. We're going with a 1/4 length stair-stepping pattern. Could be a little bit busy. We probably should have done a 1/3 stair-step pattern, but we didn't. We went ahead and measured it 1/4. So it's still gonna look good though. I think it's gonna be magnifique. And we have a hack to help this go faster. We're gonna put a quarter round on the edges so that we can just slap it in, because this house was built in 1974 and everything ain't square.
It was not in 1974.
Something like that. But
it was like 1995.
Everything ain't perfect, so Aunt Barb, the genius, she came in and said, let's just put some quarter round on the floor. That's gonna buy us a 1/4 inch of play around the entire job, and that's gonna help us out a lot. So we got started in this little cutout here. A lot of these 90 houses have tons of trapezoidal angles. So that was the hardest part, was figuring out where everything was gonna fall across this. And that took some thinking power. And, you know, as you can see me working here with Kristen's parents, I will tell you that I made a lot of jokes about old sweet Aunt Barb, but I actually really enjoyed working with her. She's super smart. She does like a lot of boat work and stuff. She's the original sailor of the Davis clan, but she comes from a long line of smart, capable Davis women. So you don't push these girls around. They got teeth. but it was fun working with her. As you can see, we went with the stair stepper method. You can clearly see why they call it the stair stepper method. It looks like stair steps. We went with this, a quarter stair step of the panel to kind of break up that busy pattern. It had some very dark and very light streaks, so we thought that the quarter step broke it up and made it blend really well. This flooring, I would say, is a moderate to beginner project. I think anyone can do it. The geniuses at the factory came up with all the hard stuff. It basically snaps together, but you do have to tappa. What made this particular project a little more difficult was, as you can see, there's tons of angles and tons of corners, so cutting it out was a little bit tough. But luckily I had a good squad with me, and we were able to lay it out. Once you get around the corners, it lays down super fast. A tip I would give is it's just a light tap. If you're really beating on these things to get them to go together, you're doing something wrong, or your foundation is not set up right, or your underlayment. Something's wrong if you're really having to pound on it. It's a light tap and they should go in all together. Otherwise, you'll damage your floor. If you really beat on those seams, they will bubble up and not look right. Also, they say don't put it right up against the wall because it'll expand and buckle your floor. So give about a 1/4 inch gap between the floor. I believe they call it a floating floor. This was the hardest part of the entire project, getting up this old linoleum, but Kristen's dad is a window washer, had this long razor blade on a stick, and I was able to lean on that thing pretty hard and busted it up. We have full mayhem on the floor job. We got half the living room in here. We got half the living room in there. This has gone completely sideways. No, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking about you. And then we got kitchen dinner going while the demolition's out.
You're always talking about it.
I'm talking bad about you. Where you at, Barb? Peek around this corner. I'm talking bad about you because you were the project manager. And does this project look managed to you? Does this look like a well-managed project? Tell him.
It's beeping red.
Exactly. She said you work, that's what I'm dealing with here, people, is beeping red. I thought working with my old stanky dad was hard. Aunt Barb is the final boss of working hard with your relatives.
It's another day. We have been steadily, I'm not gonna say we on this one because I have not been helping working on this floor. Matt's been working on this floor. My aunt was helping him. She is now gone now. They were arguing the whole time probably, I don't know. Things, basically the hallway got put together and taken apart about 3 times, and we might have to do it again. How's it going,
Been
Matt?
a big crew on this job. I'm used to not having that much help. It's been me working on it, Glenn working on it, and his 3 personalities, Barb working
That's
on
my
it,
dad, by
and
the
her
way.
5 personalities. I'm with 20 people on the job, and they were all running in different directions.
Plus
So-
my mom can't stop using the kitchen.
Oh my goodness,
so
I'm trying to do the kitchen, Mom. She said, come over and fix my floor. And then she wants to make like a 5-hour pot roast. I'm like, I gotta move this oven. She was killing me too. Listen, I thought I had it bad with my old stank daddy. Her clan.
Hey now.
They got me over a barrel.
Anyways, we're continuing to work on it. Matt's gonna get into it again today, and we're gonna catch you up on everything that's happening. You're not doing the landlord special where you put the flooring up to the appliances?
I couldn't do that. Not for the family that blessed me with the blessing of a lifetime of a perfect wife. I gotta give them the perfect floor, or at least best I can do. Y'all can see this big crack in the foundation. What that was from was in 2003. Kristen's parents were out of town and she had a wild party and they were dancing so hard that they actually cracked the foundation, is what her parents said. So it was actually a pretty funny story, and I might tell it on Patreon only one day.
No, you are not.
I'm telling it. so I'm down here on the floor, and what ended up happening was here, you can see that we did the wood flooring up to the hallway, and then we did the wood flooring in the alternate room. I was kind of against this, but I was gone. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was gone for a day. I had to go do something with the baby or something. So they filled in and they made a hole, and this flooring is very precise. So I said, well, that's gonna be tough for me because it's like a razor's edge. It has to fit in completely perfectly without any twists or any buckles. So I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna start from the far side and work toward the hallway, because if there is something that I have to move, there's only like 4 rows of planks that I'd have to move instead of the 7 or 8 rows on the other side. So I'm hoping it'll work, but I'm not optimistic. Either way though, we're getting this knocked out. We're getting Diane her kitchen back today so she can make another 5-hour pot roast meal during our construction times. All right, Aunt Barb, this one's going out to you. No, just kidding. I can't blame it on Barbarino. So we put that floor in and it came up 1/4 inch too tight. 1/4 inch too tight. So now I got to pop up that hallway, slide everything over a little bit, make a few different cuts around the closet. No huge deal.
Just how many times have you popped up the hallway?
They popped it up once. I popped it up once. We've all popped it up 100 times. But yeah, in flooring, you got to go one way. You want to go from the middle out, if that's possible, or from one side to the other. These old 1970s, when was this house built in the 80s, 90s, something like that?
95.
These old 90s, they got a million different cuts and structures. So I knew there'd be something going on with it, but I'm not that worried. I'm glad I went this way instead of that way, where I would have had to tear up the entire den. So we worked. Barb, you saw it here first. We did not get it to line up perfectly. Big shout out to Aunt Barb for helping me out. That little tight area wasn't too bad. I had to pull out like 7 planks. Everything slid over. I was able to finagle it. So Big Barbie, appreciate you laying down a lot of that flooring in there for me. You'll always be my dog. But we were able to get that done easy breezy. Now today we're moving into the family room. We have some more demo to do as we're living in this house, so we're shaking and grooving, living where we can. Today we got a demo, get the carpet out so that we can finish this project. So you'd be amazed at how much dirt and sand actually gets under your carpet. It's this very fine mist. I've been sniffing it. I've been huffing dust. All my southern boys from the 50s know what you're talking about. You can sniff dirt and it will give you euphoria. But either way, we're breaking up this toe rail now. Kristen's making me film, so her dad's getting a little bit ahead of me. We're going opposite directions around the room, and I told him I'm going to 3-to-1 linear foot that you're going to get. So Kristen, let me get back to whooping your dad. So I got my cuts here in the corner. These are my last triangular cutty corner cuts. I got those knocked out. They look good. So now we're just slinging full planks that just got to get scored and popped on the ends. So I'm about to be running this full living room. And when I have this done, I think I can super speed it in 1 hour. I can lay out this whole room. And I also want to show you guys a little something. Do you guys think that Kristen's artistic talents stop at YouTube? Look, I think watercolor is your medium. I always consider myself the artist.
Who knows how old I was? I probably figured that when I was 6.
You could feel the pain in this puppy's eyes.
Look at the nice little puppy definitions there.
What's that Sarah McLachlan song about the dogs?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, this is like adopted dogs. These dogs look abused, first of all. So what were you going through when you were a child painting this? In the arms of the angel, fly away.
Stop making fun of me.
Okay, I should have not tried to do it without asking that. Now I put it in wrong.
And I told Kristen, I said, no, you got to film this because you got to embarrass your dad the same way you embarrassed me when the concrete wasn't perfectly under my pillar. She made me redo it. So Barb, you could yell, leave a comment for Glenn. You would be yelling at him. She'd be saying, oh, Glenn, I told you not to do it that way. But I told Glenn that we can slide all 3 down at one time and fix it easy, like a couple of flooring.
I hope he's right.
Okay, I'll tell you when to stop sliding. It's like we lost this one, but no big deal. Okay, ready? Keep sliding. Keep sliding. A little more.
It's going.
Another
It's
8
going.
inches.
It's
Another 8
going.
inches. A little bit more. Okay, that'll work. Now we might just have to tap it back in. See, I told you, Barb. We can do it.
Yay! Yay!
All right, so the way that we're getting around these baseboards, I was saying we could have just ripped them off and did all new baseboards. They decided no, they're going with a quarter round. So the only place we can't put the quarter round is around the door jambs, I guess is what that'd be called, the door trim possibly. So what I do is I just go out with a multi-tool. We got this for like 20 bucks off Amazon. It's great to be back in America. And we just trim out the bottom. We make about a 1/4 inch slit so that I can precision cut these pieces and slide them on in there. Now that all fits under there perfectly. All right, so that was a great transformation. I'm super hyped. It's been a long time coming. Old sweet Diane's been wanting that floor, so I'm impressed. It looks a million times better. We have some exciting stuff coming up. We actually have a bonus video in 2 days, so make sure you hit the subscribe, like, and the bell button so you don't miss out on that. It's pretty cool, and I had a ton of fun doing it. And yeah, life is wheeling and dealing out here. We got a few more little things to finish on the floor, but I'm gonna give that an A+. It looks amazing. So if you're interested in new stuff coming up for the channel, check out the Patreon, have a look over there, and like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Bye.